Hello everyone, I'm Irene from Mycologys, and it's been a while since anything has been posted. That's because there have been a few changes since the last. So here's a quick video update on what's been going on. First, and I think the biggest, Mason, Jazz, and I are no longer living in the van. We were last in Oregon when we decided that it wasn't what we wanted. So we made our way all the way back down to Texas from Oregon, and currently residing in Texas. Now that's not to say that there won't be any more mushroom content outside of Texas, because there will, but instead of living in the van and doing that, we're gonna make trips. So keep your eyes out for that. And second, upon using my still air glove box, which previously was named my van lab setup, I went ahead and cut the couplings off. Well, these are still the couplings, but I went ahead and cut the couplings shorter because when I would put my arms through, my forearms were hugged, like almost from here to here, with the couplings and the PVC. So I went ahead and cut like an 1.5 inches off, and now when I put my arms in, I can move more. So I have a lot more accessibility than I did before. So that's the second change. And then the third, well, I finally got to actually use the still air glove box. And so what I did was I inoculated 2 bags of bulk substrate with lion's mane agar and the Mycologys clone that I got, or that I did when I was in the mushroom growing class. So I did that, and almost immediately there was contamination, and that could either be because I did like a shortcut transfer from agar to bulk substrate, or it could be because I didn't seal the bag right. Well, I know for sure it's likely because I didn't seal the bag right, because I have this little bag, handbag sealer that I use in the tub so that, you know, I can still keep it sterile while I'm trying to seal it. But it's a little difficult because when you're spraying alcohol everywhere, everything gets wet, and since there's no air current, it doesn't dry out as fast. So there was that I did in the box. Inoculated bulk substrate that almost immediately got contaminated. Also, actually, the Mycologys agar was already contaminated, but I didn't realize that until after I had already inoculated the bag. So there's that. That's A that I did, and then B that I did in the still air glove box was inoculated grain jars with lion's mane agar. So I actually have some right here. I inoculated 8 grain jars with lion's mane agar, and the grain is whole oat groats. So this is what I got so far after about 11 to 12 days. As you can see, it looks pretty good. At least this jar that I'm spinning around. I just saw before making this video that this one, well, although it looks good right here, you know, almost all around, then there it is. That's, yep, I saw that and I was like, oh no, that's not good. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, all the other ones, 7 of the jars look really good. I inoculated all 8 jars in the still air glove box, so it'd be very interesting if some get contaminated and others don't. We'll see how that goes. So far, most of them are doing really good, except this one that I had just shown you. I'll be sure to keep that one separate. So that's part B that I did in the still air glove box. And the other thing I did, not really anything to do with the still air glove box, it's more so with the grains I inoculated in the mushroom growing class that I took in January. I got this idea from growing oysters in buckets, and so one of the things I got from the mushroom growing class was a grain jar inoculated with brown oysters. So what I did is basically the same thing you would do in with a bucket, but with a PVC pipe. So here's a cap that I got to cover the bottom, and then I drilled some 1/4 inch holes, you know, sporadically along the PVC. I was gonna get another cap, but then I just decided to, well, test it out and see what may or may not work. This one has parchment paper on top, and then I have another one that has foil on top. So these were inoculated almost a week ago, and they have aspen wood chips in them. It's a combination, aspen wood chips layered with the brown oyster grain spawn, and then aspen wood chips, and then brown oyster grain spawn. So this is the other thing in the works. And then also, because I had an excess amount of brown oyster grain spawn, like I still do. They didn't fill these things up. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. I got the idea to use this Nesquik container in the same way that you would a bucket. And I did the same thing with layers of aspen wood chips and brown oyster grain spawn. So we'll see how this one goes as well. All of them look really good. I mean, I haven't opened any of them, and they've been kept in moderate temperatures. I mean, at least consistent temperatures. So I can see in the holes that there is there is mycelial growth. So here's a close-up look at the Nesquik container, and as you can see, there is some growth. It's like white filamentous right there. You can see it here too. Slowly but surely, the mycelium is going along the container and consuming. You can see it right here. And here's a closer look at the PVC. As you can see, there's some white filament, yep, right in there, within the wood chips, yep. Slowly but surely, this, yep, right there. Mycelia is expanding, and hopefully soon I can get some mushrooms. And like I said, I had extra brown oyster grain spawn that is actually flourishing too well, maybe. No such thing as too well. But yeah, it's quite amazing. I was afraid it might get contaminated, and that's why I haven't used it, but no, look at it. It is thriving so well. I love it. So I'm not sure exactly what to do with this. I think what I'm gonna do is, well, make it easy on myself and go ahead and soak some aspen wood chips and throw them on top. And then maybe I can get some mushrooms growing out on the top. That'd be awesome. And that's pretty much it. We'll see how all of my side projects are gonna go, and I'll keep you posted on the blogs that I write about them. Thanks for sticking around, and hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I will be getting in a microscope soon, so really excited about that. Gonna look into fungal microscopy. I'll let you know more once we get there, but thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.